Let's see these three nerds argue about World War III.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know.
Pause real quick, Christian.
You bring people.
This is 2 minutes, so if there's
we'll talk through it. But again, KP, such a great point. Look at the body language of Zelensky right there. Is this the body language of somebody? This is the body language of a teenager that's been called into the principal's office. And the principal and the vice principal are trying to talk some sense into him. And he's like, I just don't understand why I can't jerk off in the bathroom if I'm in the stall. If I'm in the stall, I just don't understand. It's not bothering anybody. That is the body language of a teenager who refuses to stop jerking off in the bathroom. And these guys are trying, like, dude, we're gonna expel you. Like we're running out of options here. Yeah.
People. You bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
Pause, Christian. It's important also to remember that this is the culmination of 40 minutes of condescending, propagandizing, and moralizing by Zelensky. Just for people that are seeing this for the first time, the context is very important. Zelensky's been talking for 40 minutes about pretty much how America is not doing enough. And then finally, J.D. Vance goes, all right, enough. And here's where we are.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean. And don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
Rewind, because that was the moment. That was the very moment. Pay attention here. That was the moment.
That's Casino. You said I was bringing heat on you.
You said, you rat fuck. You said you only exist out here because of me.
Oh, the best.
But you're right. That is this moment. Pause, Christian. That is this moment. This moment is absolutely Pesci and Casino going, you only exist because of me. He goes, you don't feel, you will feel. And Trump goes, the fuck did he just say? And that right there, it may take a couple days, might take as long as a week. But that right there was the end of Volodymyr Zelensky's presidency. Play it again.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
That.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember
exactly
this.
I'm not
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
even
entire
today,
meeting, you said thank you.
Even today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Yeah. That could not have possibly gone worse for Zelensky. And I got to tell you, it's probably about time. Impressed that Trump seems more concerned for the Ukrainian population than Zelensky does. I get the idea of Ukrainian pride, like, that there is no concession. We're going to fight this thing out. We're going to win back Crimea. But there has to be a pragmatic approach to this as well. Benjamin Franklin once said there's never been a good war and there's never been a bad peace. I could see it from the proud Ukrainian perspective, but I I don't think that would be the way to go about diplomacy for the person that's, the people, the American taxpayer, who's foot a $300 billion bill for you to go lose a war, basically.
It's a tough one, man. It's very funny because people speak out of both sides of their mouth on this one. They'll say they want to support the Ukraine, but they're also, as soon as Doge announces some sort of hey, we got rid of it's not really going to save us any money, though. I'm like, oh, you know what would save us some money? I have an idea. And Trump, I thought, treated it like, I keep going back to, you can learn so much, and we're both Jersey guys, so we can talk this way. You can learn so much from pro wrestling and from The Sopranos, right? And that felt like a cold warehouse where the guys were all sitting across the table and they're like, hey, man, it's got to end. It's got to end. We're not, it's a war. Nobody's making any money. We're not earning.
Yep.
So we're going to the mattresses and everybody's in the poorhouse.
Yeah, it's when Tony goes to fucking Richie April and goes, what's with your fucking eyes? Don't give me your crazy fucking eyes, all right? I'm the fucking boss here. Fuck your face.
Did you feel like Zelensky was also looking over the shoulders? He goes, where's old man who will give me anything I want?
I like the president much better.
Come on, man. His son. I give two bumps and one piece of Western...
I give hooker, gun, and 1 8-ball. I get 100 billion, no question. Fucking, what is this?
And then we got Runaway Slav again saying over or under on Zelensky living till Christmas.
Ooh. Living? I think he'll live. He's got billions of dollars. He's got reasons to live. I don't think he's the president of Ukraine by March 14th.
If it goes bad, that's an interesting one on there because I'm pretty sure that his only way out of this is if Angelina Jolie adopts him. I think that's probably the way out for him, to be honest.
No, he's gonna be a hero. They're gonna treat Roman Polanski is still getting awards.
That's a good point too.
He's gonna go live in France and be a hero to the progressive resistance.
Why March 14th? Because I'm curious. Right before St. Patrick's Day, you think we're going to do this?
I think he's got 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think he's got
2 weeks notice.
I think he's got 2 weeks.
I didn't see it coming.
I think that it's going to take our apparatus a full week to decide which one of the puppets we're going to install. And I think it's going to take another week to come up with a ceasefire agreement that is going to be palatable to the Ukrainian people and Russia.
So everyone who thinks that Trump, I'm sorry to interrupt you, buddy. I always thought I was still in the military and I was getting ready to get out. And I noticed this. This is a huge thing that it's always boggled my mind. Trump is Putin's puppet. That's what all the people are saying here. They're always making those arguments. And then what winds up happening is that Mitt Romney is talking about Russia being the biggest problem, and Barack Obama goes, "Oh, the 1980s wants their policy back." And I was like, "Yeah, that one aged. That aged like Obama did. There's a lot of gray on that right now.
That one's getting pegged at home as well."
But they're saying the same thing now for Trump. But what 2 times did Russia actually have the balls to make moves during the Obama administration and during the Biden administration?
And it's crazy. They'll always talk about Israel's influence, and they'll always talk about Russia's influence, and they're definitely influential. But they'll never talk about Saudi Arabia for some reason. China's never brought up. And the UN and the Catholic Church, the Pope, we just act like they're not influential at all. The Pope just put 30 million refugees into America. It was him. So
if only he had a city or something like that, he could have just a sanctuary Vatican City.
We're gonna need 10% tithing from your $40,000 a year job. No, we won't sell the gold statues. Thank you. Man. Of course, there's influence. Of course, these people are all. Our politicians are whores. The unfortunate truth is that I don't know how much actual policy is affected because we're not really living in the system we should be living on. We're living in a bureaucratic oligarchy. That's what's being exposed right now. And that's what's fighting back so desperately. And that's what's killing crypto. That's what's killing the market. Like, they're fighting back right now with everything they have because this is $1 trillion just machine that they have created extracting wealth from the American working class. And now I wish that there was an easier way to explain to people what's happening. But you said it before where people are going, and then Christian, let's get back to the comments, but you said it before, where people were like, oh, well, how much money is Doge actually saving? Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Well, yeah, I get it. when you think of numbers as like 500 billion, it's abstract. We can't even comprehend that. And then you break it down to 330 million Americans, and it comes out to like $900 an American. First of all, that's not right, because there's only about 100 million working Americans, right? So the other 200 million are either children, elderly, or Democrats, and they don't work. So that 100 million people, let's say that's, I don't know, $1,800, okay? That's a week. That's 2 weeks for a lot of people.
That's a stimulus check. Notice that one?
But it's just a week of their lives back, man. You know, it's an entire month with a 4-day work week. It's an extra day a week with your family, with your mother, with your, you know, it's the hours of your life that really bothers me when I think about my father and my mother working 40 years each, 80 years, sacrificing everything for their family. And they were great, great people, and they made every sacrifice. We didn't grow up wealthy, you know, and it just really bothers me to think that in my household, my parents have sacrificed 30 to 40 years between the two of them to a government that so carelessly and callously wastes, if not steals, those years of their lives that they could have spent doing anything else. They could have spent building something for themselves or enjoying more time together, enjoying more time with the family. That's what bothers me. I look at it from the perspective of this government stole 20 to 40 years from my parents. They stole their life. And it's so callous for people to be like, oh, well, that's the cost you pay for a civilized society. Oh, yeah? My dad had to work 50 hours a week because we needed to know if ferrets fuck better on cocaine. My dad needed to hop on a fucking train at 5 o'clock in the morning and take an hour commute into the city to work 10 hours a day, take an hour commute back, because 4 hours of that day had to go to killing fucking strangers halfway across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the America Last people. It's impossible for me to understand them. It's impossible for me to respect them. I really just hope that people understand that this money is not abstract. This is hours of people's lives.